Old Hollywood was a breeding ground for scandal, gossip, and wild rumors that often blurred the lines between truth and fiction. From secret affairs to scandalous behavior, these stars lived lives that often matched the drama of the roles they played on screen. In this list, we're uncovering 10 old Hollywood celebrities who found themselves at the center of shocking rumors. Rumors that turned out to be startlingly true. 10. Marlene Dietrich. Marlene Dietrich, the iconic German-born star, was renowned for her distinctive raspy voice. The rumor that she had taken out a staggering $1 million insurance policy on her voice is true. During an era before mass media, such a notion might have sounded absurd. But in classic Hollywood, stars' unique attributes became invaluable assets. With their images and talents at stake, studios sought to protect what made them special. Dietrich wasn't the only celebrity whose distinctive features were insured. Betty Grable, the wartime star and famed pinup, famously had her legs insured, reflecting the importance of physical appearance in the industry. Similarly, comedian Jimmy Durante's characteristic nose was also insured, showcasing the lengths to which studios would go to safeguard their stars. After her peak in the 1930s and 1940s, Dietrich continued to work in films, but she also became known for her performances on stage. She often performed in cabaret shows and concert tours, captivating audiences with her unique voice and style. Marlene's bold decision to insure her voice highlights the extraordinary measures she took to protect her artistry and her career. 9. Orson Welles. Orson Welles' masterpiece, Citizen Kane, is often hailed as one of the greatest films in cinematic history. However, its creation was steeped in controversy, particularly due to its inspiration, William Randolph Hearst, the powerful and wealthy newspaper publisher. Welles crafted the film around the fictional character Charles Foster Kane, whose journey from success to moral ruin mirrored Hearst's own scandalous life. Before the film's release, whispers circulated about its true subject, but Welles remained cryptic, likely aware of the backlash to come. Shortly after its debut, Hearst erupted with fury, feeling personally attacked by the film's portrayal. He sought to have Citizen Kane destroyed and used his influential media empire to launch a smear campaign against Welles and the film itself. Gossip columnists Luella Parsons and Hedda Hopper, staunch supporters of Hearst, viciously defended him, aligning themselves against Welles and his groundbreaking work. They wielded their columns to undermine the film's success, ensuring that Hearst's narrative overshadowed Welles's artistic vision. In a strategic move, Hearst employed his newspapers to suppress any discussion of Citizen Kane, aiming to prevent the public from connecting the dots between Kane and himself. This remarkable clash between artistic expression and media power showcased the lengths to which Hearst would go to protect his reputation, ultimately highlighting the film's historical significance and the profound impact of Hollywood scandals. 8. Peg Entwistle. The tale of actress Peg Entwistle, who tragically took her life at the Hollywood sign, has become a haunting legend in Tinseltown, one that seems too sad to be real. However, this heartbreaking event is all too true. Peg Entwistle was a talented stage actress who made her film debut in the early 1930s. Unfortunately, her role in 13 Women, her first and only film, was heavily edited, leaving her virtually unrecognizable in the final cut. This crushing disappointment weighed heavily on her, contributing to a deep sense of failure. In September 1932, feeling overwhelmed and despondent, Peg climbed to the top of the iconic Hollywood sign. It was there that she made the tragic decision to end her life, a heartbreaking event that shocked the industry and left a lasting impact on Hollywood's history. Her story gained renewed attention in recent years, particularly through Netflix's Hollywood miniseries, which fictionalized her life and struggles. Today, Peg Entwistle is remembered not only for her talent, but also as a symbol of the dark side of fame, sparking conversations about mental health and the often unforgiving nature of the entertainment world. 7. Joan Crawford. In old Hollywood, stars were often viewed as the property of their studios, and their personal lives were carefully crafted fantasies designed to uphold a glamorous image. This facade extended to their relationships, as stars navigated marriages that were often orchestrated for publicity. One actress quipped about the financial fallout of her 2 marriages, highlighting how such personal matters could cost studios significant amounts of money. Interestingly, gossip columnists did not always act as adversaries to this studio-controlled narrative. The careers of prominent columnists like Hedda Hopper were bolstered by powerful studio executives, such as MGM's Louis B. Mayer. Similarly, Luella Parsons thrived under the patronage of film mogul William Randolph Hearst. While columnists might report embarrassing stories about stars, they often withheld more damaging information, keeping it as leverage for the future. For example, one columnist revealed that they possessed a scandalous story about Joan Crawford, locked away since 1946. This piece could have unveiled significant secrets about Crawford's tumultuous personal life and complicated relationships, which included intense rivalries and her notorious reputation for being demanding on set. The decision to withhold such information highlights the intricate balance columnists had to maintain. Too much scandal could anger the studios and jeopardize their careers. 6. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin's leftist political views often put him at odds with conservative factions in Hollywood. But it was a paternity suit filed by Joan Barry in 1944 that brought significant attention to his personal life. This lawsuit ignited discussions that had circulated for years regarding his relationships with much younger women. Critics questioned what Chaplin's wealth had achieved, especially in light of accusations that he was wasting his substance and debauching girls. Although blood tests confirmed that Chaplin was not the father of Barry's child, the lawsuit shed light on his troubling pattern of dating significantly younger women. For example, he married Lita Gray when she was still a minor, opting for a wedding in Mexico in 1924 to avoid legal issues in California. The scandal worsened when Chaplin married teenage actress Una O'Neill amid the fallout from the Joan Barry case. Critics suggested he sought relationships with younger, more glamorous partners, raising eyebrows in Hollywood and beyond. This series of events not only tarnished Chaplin's reputation, but also highlighted the double standards in how celebrity relationships were perceived, particularly when it came to age. Despite his genius as a filmmaker, Chaplin's personal life became a source of controversy, revealing a darker side to his public persona and prompting widespread scrutiny of his choices. 5. Judy Garland. Despite her professional success, Judy Garland faced significant personal challenges throughout her life. She endured a tumultuous childhood, marked by pressure from her stage mother and the demands of the entertainment industry. As a teenager, her experiences at MGM were particularly traumatic. The studio enforced strict control over her diet and personal life, contributing to her struggles with substance use disorder and mental health issues. The beloved star of The Wizard of Oz faced immense pressure after being catapulted to stardom by MGM, one of Hollywood's most powerful studios. For any teenager, such rapid fame can be overwhelming, but Garland's experience was particularly harrowing. The studio executives not only controlled her public image, but also closely monitored her personal life, including her food intake. To maintain her weight and manage the demands of her grueling schedule, MGM subjected her to a regime of diet pills and other substances. This contributed to her lifelong struggle with substance use disorder. Garland often found herself feeling hungry and anxious, and the pills were presented as a quick fix to help her cope. Despite their harmful effects, they were seen as necessary tools by the studio to keep her performing at a high level. 4. Louis B. Mayer and the Oscars. The Academy Awards were originally conceived as a union-busting tactic in Hollywood. Today, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is known for its commitment to film preservation and honoring outstanding achievements in filmmaking. The inaugural ceremony took place in 1929, attracting considerable attention with 270 guests paying $5 each to attend. Hosted by Douglas Fairbanks, the first Oscar ceremony saw all awards presented in just 15 minutes. However, the origins of the Academy are rooted in a desire to control talent amid rising union activity. Louis B. Mayer, the powerful head of MGM, was particularly frustrated when union regulations complicated the construction of his beach house. In response, he co-founded the Academy and the Oscars as a means to maintain influence over Hollywood talent and mitigate the growing power of unions. Mayer believed that if filmmakers received accolades and recognition, they would be more compliant and focused on producing the desired results. He famously stated, The best way to handle filmmakers was to hang medals all over them. While the Oscars have evolved into a prestigious celebration of cinematic achievements, the organization's beginnings reflect a complicated relationship between Hollywood executives and labor movements. Over the years, the Academy has distanced itself from its original purpose, but the historical context serves as a reminder of the industry's ongoing struggles between creative expression and corporate control. 3. Olivia de Havilland and Joan Fontaine. The complicated relationship between sisters Olivia de Havilland and Joan Fontaine has become one of Hollywood's most infamous feuds. This rivalry, steeped in the drama of sibling rivalry, was particularly pronounced throughout the 1940s, with whispers of animosity following the Oscar-winning actresses wherever they went. Though both sisters tried to maintain a level of decorum in public, their estrangement was palpable, especially when notable incidents, like one sister snubbing the other backstage at the Oscars, made headlines. Despite the tension, Olivia famously maintained that she never instigated hostility, stating, "I can't remember an instance where I instigated hostile behavior." When questioned about the backstage snub, she claimed it was simply a matter of not noticing her sister in the crowd. However, the underlying discord between them remained unresolved for decades. While Olivia remained tight-lipped about their feud until her passing in 2020, Joan was more candid about it in later years. As the strictures of old Hollywood faded, she revealed, "The legend is true. It's absolutely true." Fontaine expressed that the emotional wounds of their rivalry were deep-rooted, even consulting a child psychologist who suggested that if unresolved by age 20, such conflicts rarely heal. 2. Walt Disney. Leni Riefenstahl, a notorious propaganda filmmaker for Nazi Germany, was responsible for some of the most iconic yet troubling images associated with the Third Reich. Before the full extent of the Holocaust was revealed, her work glorified German superiority through striking cinematic techniques. When Riefenstahl arrived in Hollywood in the late 1930s, many studios were hesitant to engage with her due to her controversial background. However, Walt Disney was an exception. Fresh off the success of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Disney reportedly extended a warm welcome to Riefenstahl, giving her a lavish 3-hour tour of his studio. While some myths suggested that he screened her films, these claims have since been debunked. The encounter raised eyebrows, as Disney's openness to Riefenstahl stood in stark contrast to the broader Hollywood sentiment toward her. Later, Disney sought to distance himself from the visit, claiming he was unaware of Riefenstahl's significance to Hitler's propaganda efforts. He asserted, "If we do something that isn't right, we hear from the various members of the staff. It just isn't right. She can't do that." 1. Loretta Young. Loretta Young was an acclaimed American actress and producer known for her work in film and television during Hollywood's golden age. Born on January 6, 1913, in Salt Lake City, Utah, she began her career in the silent film era and transitioned to talkies, earning acclaim for her performances in films such as The Farmer's Daughter, for which she won an Academy Award for Best Actress. Young's personal life was marked by intrigue and scandal, particularly regarding her relationship with the legendary actor Clark Gable. In Hollywood's golden age, an unexpected pregnancy could spell disaster for a young actress's career. Studios often pressured actresses to terminate pregnancies to protect their contracts. But Loretta Young, a devout Catholic, devised a different plan. Rather than face public scrutiny, she concealed her pregnancy and later claimed to have adopted her daughter, Judy Lewis. As Judy grew, her striking resemblance to her famous father, Clark Gable, fueled rampant speculation. She later reflected on her childhood, noting, "I had my father's very large ears," and described how she wore bonnets in public to hide them. Young kept the truth from Judy for many years, only revealing Gable's identity as her biological father when Judy was an adult. Tragically, the circumstances surrounding Judy's conception were far darker. If you like this video, do not forget to share and subscribe. Also, let us know in the comments who surprised you in this list of 10 old Hollywood celebrities at the center of shocking rumors that turned out to be true.